That's when you talk. I wonder if you're talking about the same person. Good morning, everyone, and
Right.
thank you for tuning in and once again to Relationship 360. And as usual, we love you here and do not take you for granted. Today, I have a little bit I want to talk about, so I'll try to be as fast as quick so as to give you time for your feedback. Last week, we had Mrs. Margaret here and her daughter in the studio, and she talked about how her daughter, who is 14 years old, had been sexually abused by her pastor alongside a host of other girls who were defiled, sexually assaulted, and raped by the same pastor. I got statements from different girls and ladies during the week. I got audio recordings of the accusations, the physical confrontations of the pastor. I have audio recordings of the wife of the pastor begging that we settle the matter. Even the pastor admitting to the pastor's family member saying this is a normal thing and asking how much do the children want. I had told everyone that I would announce the name of the pastor and the church today. However, I would not be able to because I did not get my petition approved on time. You see, it's election day coming up in Osun State today, and 30 commissioners of police and 15,000 police officers have been deployed to Osun State alone. So I didn't get I've not, if it came out Friday night, I don't know, but because of the Osun State elections, things were slow. But I know that I will get the approval out next week, and then immediately by next week, I'll be telling you the name of the pastor and the church. Pastor already has fled Lagos State. Um, I will be giving you more information next week. Fear not. Today, I have, because of the rising, it's not rising, because of the mad state of child sexual abuse in Nigeria, and these cases that are just, you know that last year we lost over 500 people, both male and female, to domestic violence and abuse, and we have 365 days. So that means every single day someone is dying. At times, two, three, four people are dying to the ones they love, to the ones they are married to the mothers of their children, to the fathers of their children. However, child sexual abuse has toppled that. There is more child rape than domestic violence in Nigeria. And I think today I have to give complete attention to this. I would say things I haven't mentioned before today. More people will hate me, and also more people would love me. But as long as God is pleased with me, my truth, nothing else has ever mattered. Now, the truth is, there's a level of intelligence required to understand me. And I always pray and hope that you understand me. Now, the first thing I would tell you today is that he who knows why would always be the boss of he that knows how. The reason you listen to me is simply because I know why. A lot of other people know how, but the why is the truth. And here they say you will know the truth and the truth will set you free. So in anything, in any endeavor you do, always seek to know why more than how. Now, the statistic in 2015, UNICEF reported that 1 in every 4 girls will be sexually abused before they turn 18 years old in Nigeria. However, by 2023, the statistics now show 1 in every 3 girls will be sexually abused before 18, and 1 in every 5 boys. By 2015, it was 1 in every 10 boys, according to UNICEF. But now, According to our data, we see that it's now 1 in every 5 boys. It was 1 in every 6. The cases have risen to 1 in every 5, because for every case that is reported, about 2 are unreported. Now, how do I start today? I need to be very quick. Why are there so many sexually abused children in Nigeria? Why? Let us begin with that. The first cause is poverty. Poverty is defined as the state of having very little money, goods, or support. That's poverty, the state of having very little money, goods, or support. Now, we have 2 kinds of poverty. We have the absolute poverty, that is a fixed level where people do not have enough money to buy basic survival items, which is food and clothing. They are at a fixed level. This is where they are. And then after absolute poverty, you have relative poverty, which is where people have less than the average standard of the people in their specific country. That is those, what is the minimum wage? That is 70,000, right? So people that make, below minimum wage. This is according to the specific country or society. If the minimum wage is 70, maybe they make 30, they make 40. So that is relative poverty. So poverty is the first reason why there are so many children who are sexually abused. Now, I used to think that poor people give birth to more girls than boys. Why did I think so? Because in a lot of situations, you see more girls sexually abused from poor homes than you would virtually see from the rich neighborhood. It was a concern because I was like, why, poverty is the number 1 cause. But after studying data both from UNICEF Nigeria and Nigeria Fertility Trends, it shows that poverty correlates with the higher number of total children and not a higher number of females. So it proved that poor people had more children, that is male and female, than the rich or average household. So it wasn't that poor people were giving birth to more females, it means they are equal. So it's not that they were giving birth to more females, it's just that they had more children than the rich or average household. Now, this is a statistical fact, that poor people have more children than the average or rich household. And one of their problems is education. They do not do birth control. Poorer families also would give birth to more children for survival. For example, they will give birth to more children because they want more help in farming. They can't hire people to help them farm, so they give birth to more children to help them to engage in farming, especially the women in commercial activities like hawking food, housemaid, the marketing activities. So the girl child is more visible because they are the ones that will be hawking on the road. They are the ones that will be doing housemaids. So this increases the risk of the girl child being sexually abused by predators because they are the ones being sent out. Now, the second thing that increases the rate of children being sexually abused are those who chase the birth of sons. Those that believe that until they have a son, so they keep giving birth, looking for the male child. They give birth to one, it is a girl. They say, no, we have to give birth. They give birth to the second, it is a girl. No, they have to. They are chasing male children. And this is very strong in the eastern part of the country, where they believe only the male child can advance a family name. A lot of people will not inherit property. That case was in court, and the Supreme Court had ruled over it in Igbo land, where they say women cannot inherit property. So that is why some just keep giving birth, because they are looking for a male child, which is the height of insanity for me. So while looking for a male child, they neglect the female children, and predators are waiting. Now, the third are those in toxic marriages. Now, those who are married to abusive spouses, usually abusers use the birth of children to lock their spouses in marriage or a relationship. You know that there are so many people living together who are not married, but they are living together because of pregnancy and children. You will just move in. Why? I'm pregnant for him. Automatic accommodation and status. So you find out a lot of times when you interview people who are in abusive marriages and you ask them, when did the abuse start? They usually tell you after the birth of the first child, or 5 months upwards into the pregnancy. If there was no pregnancy, you see that maybe they are looking for children for 2-3 years, there will be no issues. But the moment she gets pregnant, and the pregnancy stays, the first month, second month, third month, fourth month, by the 5th, 6th month, you will start noticing an abusive partner who had been keeping his abuse, because it is easier for a woman to leave or a man to leave when there is no child than to leave where there are children. So children are used to hold people in abusive marriages. The more the number of children, the less likely the spouse is going to leave. A woman, it will be easier for a woman to live without children. It will be easier for a woman to live with 1 child, more difficult with 2 children, more difficult with 3 children, then practically impossible with 4, because tradition also enforces this. When you have 1 child and you say, no, he's beating me, they'll say, why don't you wait and give birth to all your children in your marriage? So that you will not be going around and giving birth for different men. And you should know that anybody who gives you that advice is also an abuser. They are people who facilitate abusers. There are accessories, that is, accomplices to abuse. Because the life of the person giving birth is more important than the children they are giving birth to. Because without them, there will be no children. But you would tell them to risk their lives and just continue to give birth. Just give birth to all the children in your womb. Do you know that you release an egg every month? So what do you mean by giving birth to all the children in your womb? As in, how many children would it take for them to stop giving birth and leave an abusive spouse? You say, no, just stay and give birth to all your children for 1 man. Children are used also to hold people in marriages. And abusive spouses are aggressive reproducers. You would see that at the time, it was almost relevant that the more the number of children, the higher the probability of abuse in that marriage. Because normal people, 2, 3, they stop. You see some people 6. And all these people that come to me and say things like, please, I want you to help me, let my husband take responsibility of the children, because you now want to leave the marriage. And you now say, the children, how many children? You just say 6. And you're like, 6 children, can you take care of them? They say no. Why did you give birth to what you cannot take care of? You say, I didn't know. When did the abuse start? The first child. Why did you keep reproducing after you? And they said, I shouldn't leave. I told my mother. They said, just stay and give birth to all your children. Now, after all the children, you now want to leave after 6 children, 5 children, 4 children. You can see that whoever is giving you that advice is from the pits of hell, and it is backed up by tradition. Religion will tell you not to even go. Just stay there and die there. Now, I have given you 3 reasons why we have the highest rate of child sexual abuse in Africa. Before now, Nigeria had the highest rate. 23 million women were married as girls. When you look at some countries like Lesotho, when you look at some countries and you find out that their entire population is 3 million. In Africa, there are African countries that don't even have up to 6 million. People that just Etiosa local government is one country. Not to talk of Alimosho, it's like 3 countries. Do you know the total? Lagos State is almost bigger than the entire UK. That is by population. Just add Lagos and Osun. And then you have 23 million women married off as children. What is the population of Togo, Benin Republic, Ghana? That is Nigeria. Now that I've explained why a lot of children are born, number one, poverty, number two, son chasing. Those that are chasing male sons, they give birth to, they say they are looking, you give birth to 4 girls. No, they are still looking for 1 male child, 5, 6, 7, because, you know, in where I come from, you, the woman, are you not a female gender that you think your own species is not enough to qualify as a human being? You see, education is very important. Anybody, you need to talk about this. Anybody that you will marry, that will be that the son is the most important. A male child is the most important. Madam, after that first child, that is a girl, and you see the reaction that no, it's a boy they are looking for. You are in a psychologically abusive marriage. Because it is not the woman that determines the gender of a child, it is the man. The man is the only one with the XY chromosomes. They are the ones that the men determine the sex of the child. It is not the woman. Now, let me move into why I am here. It is very amazing that 1 out of 3 girls will be sexually abused before the age of 18, and 1 out of every 5 boys will be sexually abused before the age of 12. The most critical age for the girl child is between 0 to 5, 9 to 14, and 16 to 19, where they are 4 times more likely than at any other age in their lifetime to be raped or sexually abused. 0 to 5, 9 to 14, 16 to 19. People wonder that 0 to 5. It was 0 to 3. About 3 years ago, the Ministry of Women Affairs in Ogun State said about 40-day-old, that is the same day they were born, 40-day-old babies were defiled in Ogun State. That is 0 years old. 0. They were not even up to 1. Penetrated, you see, with what they do is use the finger or objects. So when I tell people 0 to 3, they say, it's still a baby. This one was not even up to 1 year old. The day that they were born, the Ministry of Women Affairs in Ogun State gave that report. 2, 90% of child sexual abuse victims always know the perpetrator, while over 80% are related by blood or by marriage. So you are more likely to be sexually abused by someone you are related to than by an outsider. It is always someone you know and respect, just like this pastor. You keep saying you don't want your children to leave. They shouldn't go out, they shouldn't go out. But listen, they are more likely to be sexually abused in your house than outside that you are preventing them from. So, most people, child abuse is simply the neglect of a child. That is where the parents don't have time, where there is no care, where they do not matter. And when you neglect a child, they are 11 times more likely to engage in criminal behavior as an adult, because the absence of direction, which is from the father, the absence of training, which is from the father, makes a child, when you shoot without direction, where there is no control, the child does not know limitations. So they exceed, they don't know boundaries. They don't know morality. Morality is the difference between good and bad. What do you expect? You need parents to be present in the lives of the children. Now, this is where I have how many seconds? 2 minutes? 3 minutes? Let me now, especially children that are raised in abusive homes. You know that 80% of 21-year-olds who were abused as children met the criteria for at least one psychological disorder. And a report shows that almost 70% of all women in prison were abused as children in Nigeria. Now, abused female children are less likely to practice safe sex. So it puts them, when they are abused sexually as children, they are more likely to get pregnant as teens, because they will not practice safe sex. And it causes a hormonal imbalance in children as they develop bipolar tendencies, where they are sexually abused before the control for the sexual organ develops. Someone has already started stimulating the sexual organs without the brain that controls it being developed at the same pace. So there is an out of balance. Nymphomaniacs occur as some of these reasons, where the brain cannot control the sexuality of a child, because before the brain could control, someone had already started stimulating the sexual senses. So they start shaking like heroin addicts without heroin. They start shaking. I had been in an intervention with a girl who said she wanted to talk to me privately without I noticed she was shaking. And right there in my office, she asked me that if I could can I just quickly have sex with her so that she can talk? She was shaking. Because why? Somebody had been sexually abusing her since she was 6, repeatedly. So it became a norm when she got back from school. It became a norm, and the brain, which she did not even know what it was. Now she's 14, going to be 15. And she tells me that before she can talk, can I just quickly have sex? She goes asking for sex. Why? Because a bipolar, she has become out of control. Not her fault, but because someone had stimulated. The brain controls every growth. And now, before the brain could control, you stimulate, you make that place out of control. How many seconds?
More conversation, more talk, more right after this.
Yeah, info, Relationship 360. Yes, you did not miss the program. You're still very much in. Although if you came at this point, you would have missed a lot from the stables of our great barrister, our eminent barrister, our indefatigable barrister. This point in time.
Welcome back, everyone. Thank you very much for tuning in as we continue. Now, most children become victims of abuse and neglect at 18 months or younger. Now, this is where I want to go. For every incident of child abuse or neglect that is reported, we have at least 3 incidents that go unreported. Now, according to the World Bank Gender Data Portal, it causes lifelong damages to women, affecting physical, mental, sexual, and reproductive health, and causes post-traumatic PTSD on men. Now, for women, you have chronic or gastrointestinal illnesses, gynecological problems, which leads to a lot of substance abuse and sexually transmitted infections. Now, victims of child sexual abuse are 3 times more likely to experience major depressive episodes as adults. It leads them to be depressed as adults. They are 4 times more likely to develop symptoms of drug and substance abuse. And I told you the reason for this is because they need to try to deal with the trauma of their first sexual encounter, which was rape. And it is not just once. When people hear of child sexual abuse, they think, oh, they just raped them once. Anyone that has been defiled has a 90% chance of being re-raped, especially by the perpetrator. They do not leave children alone. They go back. There is someone that is in prison that through us that is still chatting his victim from prison. He would say he wants to make a call. He would just say, he just called to say hello. After 5 years in prison, still trying to reach out to the victim. They never leave the victim alone until the victim becomes an adult. Now, victims are 4 times more likely to suffer post-traumatic stress disorder as adults. Thoughts of suicide, sleeping disorders, eating disorders, anxiety, isolation. It's really terrible for people who were sexually abused as children. Now, let me ask why. The first indices that will make a child open to sexual abuse is the absence of the father. Is the absence of a father. The father is absent in their lives. You know, there are some fathers that come home every day, but they are not there with you. While they're at home, they are probably on their phone, online meeting, or watching. They are not really there. They don't really have time. Some parents, some fathers are busy. They come home every day, but they are busy. They don't have time, so the children don't talk. Hey, daddy is around. Then there are some that are in abusive homes. Then there are some that, some are too religious. I always warn against over-religiosity. Sunday, Bible study, Sunday school, first service, second service, third service, then in the evening, house fellowship, Monday, digging deep, Tuesday, communion service, Wednesday, midweek service, Thursday, prayer meeting, Friday.
You're describing one particular denomination.
No. Actually, I went to church.
I know you went to church.
I was the head, I was an don't let me even talk about. And Saturday, choir meeting, sanctuary cleaners. So what time? Every single day there is a program, and it is in the evening when you are coming back from work. So you close work at 4, 5, by 6, you are in church doing, it's always 2 hours, 1.5 to 2 hours. By the time you get home, it's either the children are rounding up to sleep or you are tired. You don't have time. And abusers always know children that are neglected. There are some who their house is too serious. You cannot talk to, they're too religious. You cannot talk about these things. That somebody is touching me on the breast, somebody is touching me, and you can't talk about it. They will keep asking you strange questions and turn it against you. Fathers, do you know that scientific study provides that the difference between a child that will go through sexual assault, rape, defilement, and that which will escape sexual assault is the presence of a father. Children whose fathers are present in their lives are less likely to go through sexual assault, because it is the father's duty to protect the child. And you must, as a matter of importance, teach your children sex education from the age of 2, 3. You tell them anybody that touches you on the breast, anybody that touches you on the bum bum, anybody that touches you by your vagina, you will tell the boys this is your penis. You let them feel free talking about it, so that if they are abused, you tell them that if somebody touches you, don't worry, they might threaten you. Don't tell anybody, just come and tell. Make them free. Whoever it is, whether it's papa, whether it's mama, whether it's auntie or uncle or imam or cleric or whoever, my brother, my sister, whoever it is. The problem is why children they find it easier to come to me or their teachers or someone that is not related to them to tell them that this is going on than to tell their own parents or their own sisters or their own. And it's funny how teachers will be calling me from schools and saying, how do I tell the parent of this our student that the uncle or the auntie or the neighbor is touching them? Because if they go and tell their parents will scold them. What were you two going to look for there? Was she going to look for rape? Was she going to look for sexual assault? Religion and tradition they are the most useless when it comes to combating this. In the case of Chidima, where she was repeatedly defiled by her own older cousin, and we arrested the perpetrator, they were calling from the village that they want to settle it as a family matter. That is tradition for you, ladies and gentlemen. And for you that will marry someone who is given to tradition, that means your life, your children's lives will be a matter of tradition. And the tradition will be the heads of 2 families sitting down to decide your own future. The worst thing is when you have ignorant people as heads. Do you know fools also grow old? And the heads of the families are usually the oldest in the families. So when you have old fools, now when you say fools, it means a fool is defined as someone who lacks good judgment. So when you think, Olori Ebi, the family head, did this, did that, you'll be the ones that will come out there and you come and apologize and come and... You know, in those days, I know what an abomination is. Incest is one, where you are raped by someone that you are related to by blood. Father and daughter, uncle, sister, brother and sister. A lot of people, let me tell you something. This thing that you people are settling as family matter, do you know that it destroys the future of the child? Look at this. Almost 41% of failed marriages are from people who were sexually abused as children. It affects even their marital lives. It affects them in marriage. A man will say each time he touches his wife, she'll be doing something because she's still coping with the trauma that she was held down like that as a child and was raped. But she cannot tell anybody. Men who have those issues with being able to be romantic or hold with you say, my husband is not romantic. Some of them, it was because of what they went through as children. They have problems with intimacy. They have problems, with sex. It just brings back something they don't want. So the husband touches them, they flinch. And you say, you've not had sex with Kinney. If I don't try, she will say she's tired. She will say, I'm not doing it again. But because she can't tell you. Some people, they will tell you that they were raped as children and you use it to abuse them when you are angry. That after all, you've been doing it since you were a child. I don't know what is wrong with you. So how will they talk? Meanwhile, this thing is destroying them and will destroy their children as well, because what happened to them will rub up in the way they raise their children. Except, you see, some people, they are just able, the way they heal, the way people heal from trauma is different. Some people will go through it and run mad. Some people will not run mad, they just become isolated, withdrawn. They don't laugh much, they don't emote much. No, you won't see emotions on their faces. Some people, they heal, they would heal, they will work on themselves and they will heal. However, this thing destroys. And the first question I would ask, the primary perpetrator is the father, who was not there to protect. If you know you cannot protect your child, don't bring the child into this world. If you know that you will be an absentee, it's the way some women even choose people they marry. I don't know the criteria. And these are things that your religion and your tradition will not teach you. How to identify what to marry, what to look for, what to run away from. And then they will tell you, as you have known, you see, the first year, a lot of people already know that they made a mistake in marriage. You already know. But they say, you are the one that brought him to us. So what if I brought a snake to the house? Does that mean the snake should start living with us in the house? You will run out. You go and call people to kill the snake. But if you bring the wrong man in the house, you say, no, he must stay. So marriage is now more important than even tradition and religion. You can backslide as a Christian, go and serve another god or Shungo, Ogun, Amadua. Then after 5 years, you can come back and ask for forgiveness that, oh God, you have repented and you are going back. But to say you don't want to marry again, they will say, no, you can never. So marriage is even more important than the Christ that died for them. You can backslide and come back. But marriage, you can never go back. Abi, you can never leave. Give birth to all the children you want to give birth to. In an abusive marriage, what are you giving birth to? You are reproducing your abuser. Do you know men that beat their wives are men that grew up watching their fathers beat their mothers? Also going for the women raised in abusive homes have a higher tendency to become abusive adults. You see that out of 3 women, maybe 2 or 3 children, 1 or 2 will be like the abuser. Child rape. Why is it that we are not protecting our children? They go to schools. Some of these people that commit this crime, there was one from a very important man. It was his driver that got his 13-year-old, the driver that takes her to school and brings her back. And you should notice this thing in your children. A child that was doing well in school suddenly starts failing. A child that was the life of the party, smiling, playing, suddenly the child just becomes withdrawn. And you don't know, you take the child to church and they start saying it is deliverance, they want to come. You don't even talk to the child the child doesn't trust you enough to tell you that uncle did this, uncle that, because from your body language, the child already knows that you will support your brother or your sister or the uncle downstairs or your pastor than any other body. But when you fight for your child, there is There are hormones released in the body that heal the trauma. When a child sees a father or a mother fighting for them, the courage, the healing comes from that fight. So you would see that children who were fought for are totally different in character than children who did not have support. Today is the purple curtain. That is once in every, the third Saturday of every month. I have a program at number 14, Ogunlana Drive, Surulere. Today it's at 12 to 3. And today is totally dedicated for people who were sexually abused as children. This thing is destroying our country. Children being raped left, right, center, and people covering it up. Church covering it up. Mosque covering it up. Atheist covering it up. Traditionist covering it up. Why? You are fighting for the perpetrator instead of fighting for the victim. Then you wonder what they call victim shaming. Why the victims are the ones stigmatized instead of the perpetrator. Everybody knows that is the perpetrator, but it's the victim that is ashamed. Why? Because instead of everybody coming out with canes, going to the police, carrying the... Do you think if we start reacting to this, do you think the population of perpetrators will not reduce? But they know they will get away with it. We are related. It will be a family matter. And the family will say, to cover the shame of the family name. Hey, today, please, I want to, for those who were sexually abused as children, today is your day for me. Why? Because recent research shows that group therapy significantly reduces post-traumatic stress disorder, anxiety, depression, and the social isolation for survivors of child sexual abuse. Because you cannot talk about it, because you don't know where to go, you keep it inside and it is eating you inside. It is killing you, killing your business, killing your friendships, killing everything, even your marriage. That is why today I said, come and meet me at number 14 Ogunlana Drive. Today is very important. Let me tell you how important this is to me, because this year alone, I know how many children we have come to rescue, and there are so much more. Our own is even small. 3 women committed suicide because somebody raped them. That's teenagers. And they said it because the parents did not, they went to poison themselves. Now, today, I said this is very important. Yesterday, officials of the Humanity Promoters Initiative, led by their founder, came to my office and gave me an award, the Humanitarian Service Award, in recognition for outstanding commitment to promoting humanity, compassion, and all that. I was really grateful. Today, I would also be given another award by African Watch, be presenting me with the African Gold Merit Award today in Victoria Island, here. But this African Watch Award, I will be in purple curtain. Instead of going for the award, I've told my big brother, who is older than me by 6 days, to go and help me collect that award. I will be with victims of child. If after 3 p.m. they have not given me the award, I will now go and meet them. But I will be more with you today, because this thing is going from generation to generation. If your parents will not do what they are supposed to do, then somebody else will be the parent. We have 3 minutes. Okay, so let the phone calls be after the 3 minutes. It's a shame on society. Now, was it on Saturday? Someone was executed in the US. He faced the death penalty because he sexually assaulted a 3-year-old girl and killed her in the process. It happened in 2021. They executed him a day ago. Was it Friday or Saturday? No, yesterday. I think it was yesterday in the US. It is a serious, but in Nigeria, they can escape with it. They can release them on bail. And then some human rights and some Christian watch or Muslim now say, oh, you know, God has forgiven him. God has forgiven what? It is something that must be wiped out of society, that our children are not safe in our own home. And the parents are there looking, very busy. Too busy, too religious, too traditional. We want to settle it. Me, I've Kuku said that by the time I start, I will start calling out the names of the family. You know, I've been calling names of... I will start so that that's your name that you don't want to spoil. We will spoil it for you publicly. You want to support the perpetrator, someone who raped your own child, and you want to protect him, then at the expense of your own daughter, at the expense of your own son. It is well. How many seconds do we have? 2 minutes. Let me leave the microphone to because I think my amygdala is about to take over my reasoning. You know, when I get angry to a point, I will start talking in the nonsense. So let me. No, I'm really. You see, I'm vibrating here. So I think I need to just stop that.
Okay, so what are you leaving it to us for?
You don't have mouth to talk. Opinion.
I was going to ask a question. But
let me ask you a question.
Yes.
Do you know anyone that was sexually abused as a child?
I feel like every... Oh, yeah, I'm mindful. I feel like every... Okay, no.
Do you know anyone? Yes or
yes,
no?
I do.
For a fact. How did you know?
They too.
And what was was anything done about it?
Not quite.
Okay.
Not quite.
Anthony.
I don't know why we women are not safe in this country. Everything has to be female. As a female, you can't work at any... I cannot work at 2 a.m. and not be scared. I cannot work at 1 p.m.
2 a.m. That's very far.
We will explore those fears. We'll be back from this break. Don't go anywhere.
More news and information coming up. We'll be back.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Relationship 360.
We have 1 minute before top of the hour.
Let's
So I
go
was
on now.
telling you that on Thursday, that's August 13, the state of Alabama executed 41-year-old Jeremy Williams by lethal injection at the correctional facility.
That's a humane way of...
For the 2021 killing, rape, and strangulation of 5-year-old Kamari Holland. They killed them.
Sorry, please. That child sounds like a black child.
Guess what? It was the mother that even collected money from this guy. He paid the mother to
Have access to the child.
Yes.
Was she a crackhead or something? Was she an addict?
You see, I told you that it is from the home. Your safety is determined from the home.
Why would you keep...
What I have to say, I cannot say it on
Feel part of the engaging, educative, and insightful station. The Nigerian, how did he die? Is the question.
South African lives were lost on one.
So, I was telling you that the mother collected $2,500 from the man to let this man abuse her child in exchange for $2,500. The mother was sentenced to 20 years and this man has just been executed. That's 2 days ago. This is not a small matter that you people would have said a family matter.
I need to read that. Was she going through addiction or something?
As
See,
if,
there's
as
no
if-
other explanation
as,
for
as
you.
if addiction is an excuse.
No, it's
Let's-
not.
let-
It's not. It's not. But it's the only way you can explain your
People do it
child.
here. Were you not here in Ondo State, where the mother was charging 1,000 naira, the grandmother,
Yep.
for them to sexually molest her own granddaughter? 1,000 naira she was charging. Let's go to the phone lines. It's here.
0201 277 0993 0201 465 7190, and of course send your WhatsApp messages to 0809 597 5805. We already do have a call. Hello?
Hello?
Hello, what's your name? Where are you calling from?
My name is Muritala. Is it not Mr. David?
Yes, good morning.
Morning.
Barrister Olumide.
Thank you. Thank you.
You have 1 minute, sir. Let's go ahead.
Yeah. You know, in life, what the people are trying, what's happening, everything happened from the home. Government started from family. But when I was trying to, put mouth there, it's not only father that's supposed to take care of the child. Because it's not only father that gives birth. Both parties. Before something can fall, it starts from the home, as you said. And before family can start, it starts from man and woman. Those are the two that.
Okay, so I want
Now,
you to
this
learn
is-
something new
something-
today, okay? I want you to learn something new today. That it is the father's job to protect and to provide. That is why when you go to
You
court,
cannot.
If you don't know-
I know.
please, can you take
What
this
I'm trying to
ignorant
say
man
is that-
off this? Please take this ignorance off the phone. I said people who have been sexually abused, not to come and spew some ignorance here. What do you mean the father is not God? Who brought the child here? The father is defined as the cause of a pregnancy. You brought the child here. Saying the father is not God. That is a man who is trying to escape responsibility. When you go to court, why is it that they charge the father for... No, you are to pay child upkeep. It is the duty of the father to pay for education, child upkeep. If the child is sick, it is the duty. It is the father. You are saying, I pity whoever. Don't let me talk.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello, good morning. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Morning, David. Morning.
What's your name?
My name is Ikem.
Alright.
Counsel, I must appreciate you for what you do. You're really a human, a great one at that. And I must need something. But the young man who just called now talking about
He's not very young.
Yeah.
Carry on.
You see, the responsibility on a man is extremely, very, very high.
Very high.
Yeah, I tell man, if you know you are not up for marriage, if you know you are not mature, when I mean maturity, I'm not talking about age. If you know you don't have what it takes to handle a home, don't bother getting married, even if you're 60. You don't need to. Because if you understand even the way man is fashioned, your emotional strength covers for your wife and your kids. And that's why the responsibility of providing and protecting your family is entrusted on the man. What your wife does basically is to support you. It doesn't take away that responsibility on your part. This matter is very, very painful and very, very sensitive. Talking about child molestation. I tell people this. If you don't have money, don't bother having kids. It's okay to have a companion, but don't bother having kids.
Thank you very much. Thank you
I'm
very
not
much.
talking about finance. I'm not talking about just money. Money is money one, then state of mind. If you know you are not there, don't bother having kids.
Thank
You're
you.
doing it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. When you even go to your Bible, the Bible tells you, sons, listen to the instruction of your father. There is nowhere that you will see mother being pointed out there, because right from time, the mother's job is conception and nurture. When the child is 3 years old, the child is handed over to the father. In those days, is it the mother that will lead the child into the forest to teach the child how to hunt? Is it the mother that will lead the child into the forest to teach him how to plant and farm? Is it the mother that will teach?
Good morning.
Good
sir.
morning. Good morning.
I greet everybody. This is Messi calling from Accra, Ocean.
Good morning.
Mercy, welcome.
Barrister, I see the one that is filling in right now is that our own tradition, not the work again. Our tradition for Nigeria, not the work again, because those days, as I'm telling you now, from Benue State, father cannot tie this kind of a thing to our own daughter or our own son. For my own language, our own language, Igede, that I speak, Igede, ha. Tradition for all you, it really ought today for Igede land. But this thing is don't get that out of hand. This law, all the thing that is telling me that law no day. If law day, this kind of a thing, it's not feeling for this country.
It is unfortunate.
No law again. We can't like, are we living like
It is unfortunate. It is the leaders that we got now.
Eh? No day to guide the family or female. No day. Who go be our weakness?
There is law, but it is us. For example, the police might be prosecuting somebody now. The same family will come and we don't want case again. So-
One news carrying that one, where 13 years daughter, he's telling them that I don't arrest my father. I love my father so much.
Yeah. I was at Sam Ilori court. I was at
This thing is in the news yesterday now.
I was at Sam Ilori court where the mother of a child that was raped was shouting at the magistrate that we don't want to do case. Was shouting at the magistrate that is prosecuting.
You know the day I found that
It is well. It is well. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mercy. Barrister, I want to ask, what makes people do that? I don't know. You have,
First is they gave her 14,000 naira. What are you talking?
she was giving 14,000
Of
naira.
course, first they said the pastors have come, they begged, they've settled it as a family. Of course, they've asked her how much.
Okay, so please, I have a question.
Go
Why do
ahead.
these people beg them not to be arrested or not to?
See, the issue
Are you
about the
begging her
law,
so that-
the law ordinarily should not care whether you can't beg the law. It is the law. Abroad, if you are caught, if you go and wake your great grandfather from the grave to come, they won't even. And the moment the matter starts in court, there must be judgment. But Nigeria here, the moment the family comes, it's even tiring on the policemen, it's tiring on the judicial system. So the matter just dies. Why? They take the victim and they travel. They go and hide it. They won't bring the child again to court. And in Nigeria, they can't be chasing you up and down, and the case naturally dies. They have to release the perpetrator. But it is family. So what now happens? I was with a lady whose rapist, when she was a child, was present on her wedding day because it is her uncle. Do you understand? You are on your wedding day, your rapist, the person who sexually assaulted you as a child, came to spray you on your wedding day.
Could it be that there is a sense in which our culture, tradition, sort of, once you hear sorry, once you hear we apologize,
It is
it's
called lawlessness. Let me tell you what is tradition. Customs that were transmitted from, it comes from that word trader, which means to hand over. That is, tradition is handed over from one generation. It is not written. So there is no library of tradition. There is no school of tradition.
So it can be
is from
interpreted by
words.
generation.
And by the time I give you, by the time you are going to give it, it will
have
not be
changed.
in the exact words. And these traditions were made by men who were the earliest settlers, the royal family. They sit down and they decide how our people should be. So traditions are simply the opinions of people who lived before you knew what you know now. And my question is, why is it that the people who have died and do not know as much as you know now be controlling your life today? Why is the voice of the dead louder than the voice of the living? How is it that the dead are still controlling the actions of the living? There are some traditions that are beautiful. Our marriage feast, our naming ceremony, beautiful. But these dangerous parts of tradition must be what? Totally excavated, removed. They are simply the tradition. When you go to the Bible, it tells you that avoid those who peddle traditions of men. Avoid them. They are simply, there is no divine tradition. It was made by a group of men, and that is why traditions always favor men. In one place, they said if the wife cheats, she will run mad, the children will run mad. But what if the husband cheats? Will the man run mad? Nothing will happen. It is always the woman. Tradition always favors the men because it is the men that made the tradition. The man dies, they will shave the wife's hair. If the woman dies, do they shave the hair of the man? If the man dies, the woman has to drink something to show that she did not kill him. If the wife dies, does the man drink anything? Does the man go into the evil forest? Go ahead.
Hello?
Hello, good morning, sir.
Turn off your radio.
It's off already.
Alright, what's your name? Where are you calling?
This is a Komodo Pool.
Alright, Daisy, welcome.
Yes, I want to ask, what is the way out of all this? Because for me, I have 3 girls, and they make me to almost exhaust myself in order to make them educated before time. So I studied them earlier, and I'm rushing them, and my income is almost exhausted. Whatever I have, I put it in children in order to make them become a human being in life.
Fantastic.
Someone telling me that who is the person to be with my daughter, to marry her, to even think of the way I think.
You teach them how to choose, and then you let them know anybody that touches your daughter, you are coming to pack the load. Do you have a cutlass in your house, sir?
I have now plenty, even 2 sets.
Thank you very much. That is the beginning of wisdom. So,
Yes.
let anybody, the children, thank you for raising your daughters. You know, in fact, I should come and buy you a drink. Spend on them. There are countries that they have female presidents, female prime ministers. The fact that they are women does not take anything away from them.
And it's
Just-
the reason I did that. People are coming to me now and say, you are wasting money on women. Yes, tomorrow now they will marry and they will forget
So
about
you need
Why
to,
not allow yourself to-
you have a, do you know?
On the contrary, it is them who won't forget about
do you know that you have a problem when you entertain idiots and take advice or consider their comments? It is very easy to identify an ignorant person. And when you begin to consider their advice, it can only confuse you. So if they were boys, oh, you can spend money on raising, are they not your children?
That is exactly.
And then, do you know that it is female children that take care of their fathers in old age more
Yes.
than the male children?
They're the ones who will be there when the
You
chips
don't
are
know?
down.
Yes, that's true.
Don't worry yourself. Don't worry yourself. Avoid foolishness.
Thank you very much, everyone. Yeah.
Please, I want to hear from people who were sexually abused as children.
0201-277-0993. The female lines need to be beeping right now because you know
Leave
that.
this female, you know.
It's where I want to be.
No.
I need to balance this thing out.
If they call, fine. If they don't call, fine. You always hold a stick to them. Maybe it
Yes.
is your threat set that is making them not
It's not
fly.
my threats. It's
Eh?
my, see,
Just there's a way to talk to women. You understand?
In a subtle
In
way.
a subtle way to
Yeah.
make them feel free to talk.
okay, so women.
Don't
mean,
fake it. Don't
I'm
fake
not
it.
fake-
No, you don't understand.
I'm not faking
This is
it.
a serious matter.
I want. They are calling. Can you see?
What is, can you just answer them?
It
And
works.
please, they stop,
Pick our
stop
call.
blackmailing them.
Hello. Good morning. What's your name?
Good morning.
What's your name? Where are you calling from? Good morning. What's your name?
David, leave her alone now.
Sorry.
I called to rescue you. They will eat you in the studio.
Thank you very much. God will bless you.
Where is that money, sir?
Good morning.
Yes, I'm a victim of sexual abuse. When I was young. They were all church.
Church minister.
In church.
How old were you?
16, 15.
Please go ahead.
Go ahead.
The one I still remember, I will vividly remember. Questions I was teaching. He wants to impregnate me, but though he doesn't have a child, the elder in the village said he should have another girl virgin. So he's having something with her, he will have a child. I can forget.
He told you this.
Yes.
Wait, please. Were your parents also members of the church? Did you tell them? Can you tell me why you didn't? What were you thinking? What was your thoughts then?
My dad is very harsh. Okay. My mom, she's always busy. So we used to come to church. We can go back. So weekends we see him, we relate to him, go back.
Wait, was he the only one? You said your mom was very busy. Let me.
She's a market woman.
So when she comes back home, were you afraid to tell her?
Parents were very harsh.
Your parents were very. Thank you very much. That is another factor.
Come and stop cutting. Okay.
You are coming to the Purple Curtain today.
Have a lot of
Please, I'll buy you a bottle of Coke. Thank you very much.
Thank
Thank
you.
you for sharing.
Thank you for sharing.
I used to. Hey, she said that.
No.
I wanted to ask the name of the church. Oh God. My thought process.
Maybe if you
I will
if
see
you
her
will.
by God's grace.
Okay. Yeah.
Mm.
So just identify yourself when you.
Yes, yes.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Good morning. What's your name?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning. What's your name? Where are you calling?
But from the God,
Alright.
you see this case. Very,
Yes.
I have 5 children. At least my husband died when I had 3 years old. When my first daughter was 15. I just know that I'm the one that will go to cell. If anybody molest you, I'm the one that will go to the place, not the person. In fact, the person will not even be alive to defend himself. I'm telling you, nobody, I'm a fool I saw in my house because of my children. I monitor them step by step.
Thank you
I
very much.
sent them to an primary secondary school university alone.
Wow.
I got them. You know how I made them to study professional courses so that they will not beg from anybody.
Wow.
I provided everything like unless they tell you that they don't have a father. Both character wise, they testify.
Mm. Thank you,
Now that
Madam
everything, men even fear them. You dare not. I taught them how to defend themselves.
Hmm.
Defend yourself. Then let the person come and confess you. I will face it.
Thank you very
That's
much.
where my life.
Madam Ugochukwu, please, how old are you now?
I'm
56.
Yes.
Still,
I
you're still.
started training these children when I was
almost 20 years now.
Wow. Well done.
Well done, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you.
Not try to
Thank you.
Can I ask how old is your oldest?
now.
Yes.
And she's a certified nurse. PhD.
Fantastic.
Second one, PhD. One is of the third one. Between her and
So thank you very much. Now, for the gentleman who called and said that he was spending money to raise his 3 daughters, and somebody was saying, "Why are you spending money?" Can you see?
Can you see a big example?
Another example.
So
They
3
will
adults
be,
already.
they will be your pride. They will be your pride. Just as the men will be your pride, they are children. So anybody that wants to now say this one is
Sir, if you see how these children defend me,
they saw.
want to see their development, just do this one. Just look at me.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
I don't want anybody to look at my child anyhow, not to talk of study.
Thank you
Thank you very
much.
much.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Okay. All right. David, I hope you are going to read this. Why does the okay. Barrister, do you mind?
Okay.
This is incendiary.
To me.
Yes.
And then go ahead.
Okay. Why does the barrister always verbally sorry about that, abuse and talk down on callers who express contrary opinions he considers unintelligent or foolish? On the contrary, I can imagine him beaming from ear to ear when callers agree with him.
Thank you very much. You're
not going to react to that.
Now.
Okay.
So it won't be like you're reading only messages that are
Okay.
complimentary.
I have children of both genders, but my female child is the only one that calls me regularly and sends me money on a regular basis. This just follows. Mommy twins.
You don't know love except you have it.
Oh no. I've said that I want. Hello. Hello. Good morning. Quickly.
Yeah, good morning.
What's your name?
Morning, sir.
Good morning. This,
Marisa.
you might be a victim, survivor, and may not want to share the name, so don't insist on the name. Good morning, sir.
Hello, sir.
Yes,
Good
sir.
morning,
Good morning. How are you, sir? Thank you for calling.
Marisa, good morning, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. My name is Raphael. I'm calling from Ikorodu.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. This is my very first time of calling.
Oh, wow. Fantastic. Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. I just want to say one or two things concerning what you said earlier on, as regards women who keep giving birth for the fact that they are looking for male children.
Yes.
Hello, sir.
Yes, go ahead, sir.
Yes, the younger sister of my mother, this woman died in her 50s. Hello, are you?
Yeah, we're here.
Go ahead.
Yeah, she died in her 50s. And what was the reason? After giving birth, this is a woman I knew very well. I knew her very well.
Mr. Raphael, before you go on, can you? So we're about to go on a break now. Would you hang on or would you call back?
Okay, I want.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
okay, all right. So we're going on a break. Do not go anywhere. Relationship 360 continues.
More talk.
Check to see if we can get him back on. Let's see how that goes. But yeah, I'm taking messages on the WhatsApp portal. Yeah, I see that call. This is very lengthy. Okay, I'll see if I can do that. There's Olumide and David. May God keep blessing you. I feel so pained to a point where I'd like to go with you to confront this said man with loads of slaps. I'm a victim of multiple child molestations by an older neighbor, and the family perceived to be a good lady while I was 6. I began to resist her when I realized she made me feel what she made me feel was normal. Wasn't until after a couple of wasn't normal. I think it was you who messed up your speech here. I think you guys should.
Yeah.
So it says,
David, just read it.
yeah, I am in my late 30s now, except I feel irritated whenever my wife wants intimacy. And this has been our biggest challenge in our marriage. I urge victims to always speak up. Permit me to remain anonymous. Yeah,
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Yeah, I think he's back. Hello?
Hello.
Welcome back.
Yeah, I'm Raphael on the line.
Yeah.
Yes,
welcome
go
back,
ahead,
Raphael.
quickly,
You were saying.
Raphael. You were saying.
Yes, sir. Hey, I was talking about the younger sister of my mom. Though she
Okay.
is late, but she died in her 50s.
Okay.
After having 5 children, female children, the husband insisted that he wanted a male son. So this woman got pregnant for the 6th time. And in the process of wanting to give birth, she lost her life. She never came back alive.
On the 6th pregnancy.
I think I know up to
Yes.
9
After
women.
giving birth to 5 female children, because the husband wanted a male
Insisted
son,
he wanted
she
a
got
male.
pregnant for the 6th time.
Thank you, Mr. Raphael.
And that
So,
was the end. That was how our life ended.
So
She
how-
died in the process of giving birth.
thank you very much, Mr.
So
Raphael.
that idea of wanting a male son,
How did the family take it?
tradition and custom attached to it. Hello?
How did the family take it?
They accepted because after a year after the death of this woman, the husband had to remarry.
He had to.
With five
I
I don't like that term you use. You say he had to. He just had to. He could not endure without having
It's
to.
not a matter of endurance. He needed a male child, so he will go to another woman. So that's it. So when you marry people like this, thank you very much. Yes. If I give birth to a child for you and you say no, it is not the kind of child you want. You now
What is
want,
this, a shop?
You now want me to give birth again so that you will tell me that this second one too is not the child. I will leave the man. It's very simple. Thank you very much, Mr. David.
All right,
Mr. Raphael.
you are
Thank
doing a
you.
great job.
Thank you very much.
See, in our society, I think we've said this here so many times. We just don't love our kids enough. It's almost like they are a means to an end. Oh, this one will feed me in old age. Hello? Yeah. Good morning.
Good
What's your
morning.
name?
Good morning, sir.
Yeah. I saw you today.
Yes, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Any man that calls you on inspection and begins to bring logic, you cut him off.
Mm.
Because
And begins
what you
to.
are saying is yes, because people will look at it as your opinion is somehow here, and anybody that calls you, and because you are telling people the reality of life and the truth. And if they don't agree, these are the things they do in politics. When you tell them the truth, they will say, hey, you are enemy of this, you are enemy of that. Anybody that calls you and does not align with this truth of God you are telling us, you cut him off. Thank you very much.
Thank
Okay, no
sir.
problem. Thank you for
I
the
think-
mandate.
You see, when someone is talking and he wants to learn and he's asking a question, it's totally different. It's like someone calling the show to tell you, 1 + 1 is 4. And you always tell us it is, instead of asking, finding out, you call arrogantly to start saying, we're telling you,
You know, people-
that I wouldn't.
People are not given to adapting their beliefs as they grow. That,
You are bigger than this, so I won't really attend to you.
People are not very good at
Let's
adapting
go.
their beliefs. I have a call on WhatsApp, so let me see. Hello.
Good morning, how
Good
are you?
morning. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Okay, yeah, calling from Lagos. I just want to get one plus.
Okay.
First off, I really wish I could be at the program today because I'm a victim of this sexual molestation from my auntie,
Okay.
a very little boy. And I think I've called before some weeks back, and this has really damaged my relationship life.
Mm.
Because it kept reoccurring. As in, first, I can be with a woman for in the same half a week and not being tired. I'll just see you as, what is it?
Mm.
I can't, as in I can't a week.
So you are not married, sir.
I'm not.
May I ask how old you are? Although
I'm
age
going to
does
be
not
40 very soon.
age doesn't really have to. I was
I'm going
42
to
when
be
I got
40.
I was 42 when I got married. So do you think that you'll be able to have that companionship with a woman?
Yes, I think, but what happens most time is this. I don't know how it plays, but I just feel like I'm just being used again. I just feel like
Yeah.
this happens, this person doesn't want anything other than just me being used. So what is the need? My auntie did it, someone I saw, someone that my own mother left me with. You know, she did it over and over and over and over again.
How old were you then?
I don't even think I was up to 5.
And when did it stop? When did it stop?
Funny enough, it stopped when she brought me to Lagos when I was 12.
From 5 to 12.
Yes. And this happened every day.
Every weekday. That's Monday to Friday.
He said every day.
Every
day.
Monday,
Every
Tuesday, Wednesday,
day.
Thursday, Friday,
My
Saturday.
auntie calls me inside. At some point, she closes my eyes, carries me on top of her. At different, as in, I didn't even know what I was doing. I didn't even know. If I just come out like, oh, this is good for you as a man, to help you grow, and all of that, every day till I was 12.
What?
Till I was 12 when she brought me to Lagos.
You know,
She still
that's
brought you to. Did he continue?
365 days times 7.
As in, this whole thing damaged my, when it
Let's
comes
let's even say 300 days. Let's
I can
even
understand
remove.
you.
Let's just even say 300 days.
I really wish I can be in the pool, because I think I need to really
What is stopping you from
Why
coming?
can't you come?
actually I lost my job this week, so
Oh.
I'm not even on any this now or, but since it's really me, I stay.
Yeah, don't worry. I will handle your transportation. Don't worry. I will handle. Just come. If let somebody borrow you money, you give them back when you come, or
Okay.
you send me
Okay.
your account details after this. I would handle the
I will
transportation.
try to come around.
And do you know that 300? It's 365 days
Yeah.
that make a year. Let us remove the 65. Let's just say 300. 300 times 7 is 2,100. So you were sexually molested 2,100 times.
It's something that even while she was dying, she died I think 2 years back or so. All the while she kept calling on me. Come and visit me now. Come on, you still
It's
you
like
think
we
I
should
don't
go
know.
and we should
Maybe
go
she was
and raise
thinking I
her.
don't know.
We should
Oh,
raise
she was
this
a
woman
child,
come
yeah.
from the dead. Where did she die? Lagos or where?
In Lagos, yeah.
Was she buried here?
Yeah, she died in Lagos.
Let me not ask for where she was.
Okay.
Let me just-
It's
Thank you
very
so
good.
much. I really appreciate it.
Thank
Which
you very,
area
very
did
much
she
for
die?
sharing with us.
Sorry, which area did she die? Which local government did she die?
It's Solo.
Isolo.
It's
Cemetery.
Yeah.
Cemeteries around this one.
We can't find.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Cemeteries around this one.
I'm not quite sure. Thank you very
You
much.
even know any
I do now. I know.
Oh yeah. Please, last caller.
Okay. Okay. Let me take a message, then we'll take a caller.
Okay.
Good morning. You are doing great, but please respond to people's opinions with respect. You don't know everything.
Please, can we move
If
to the
someone is-
next? David, please. Today is serious now.
Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Yes. Good morning. What's your name? Where? Are you
I'm fine.
Your name is what? Ameni.
I am Bene.
Okay. Talk to me.
I heard some points that you
were talking about female child, and some people were like male child. They value male child. And now I'm talking about forefathers. Now the issue is this. I'm married, I have 4 girls. The issue is this. When our forefathers talked about what's important about the male child, they're talking about lineage, they're talking about heritage. That's the point. Because the female child are going to get married and going to have kids from different backgrounds, from the west, from the north, from the south. And those kids are not from the lineage. The male child is a lineage, is a heritage, it remains.
So I think I
So
know.
that is the essence.
I think I know. I think I know that. However, the fact that
Let me land.
because you have 1 minute. That's okay. Go ahead.
Okay, no, the guy who is talking about wasting the child's education is wrong. You will treat a child as a child, be it a boy, a female, or whatever. A child is a child, but a girl. But in essence, please tell your caller, your listener. But they don't miss the point. The point is the lineage, the heritage. A male child remains. It becomes the child of the soil. A female child gives birth to Yoruba, Hausa, Igbo, Benue, Kafanchan.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Let me just. So we already know that to them, lineage was more important than the child. Do you understand?
So it's a
Now, it goes beyond that now, that women cannot inherit property, that women cannot speak when they are talking about. And then when you have 5 girls, what will happen? When you have 5 girls, what will now happen? Our point is that you don't put, when you die, you die. There are some people that have changed names. Like Anini, there was a notorious armed robber that was called Anini before. Nobody bears that name anymore. Because if you come to me and I want to employ you and I say, what's your name? And you say, my name is David Anini, you know you are not getting the job. Why? Not because I have stigmatized you, but I fear you. Because your grandfather or it's something that they are not proud of. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's something that there are people that have changed their name. I changed my name. My surname is Omoshebi, but I chose to bear my father's full name, which is Kayode Omoshebi. So you don't put lineage over life. If all your children, there's a king somewhere around, I think our area, a minor king. All his children, all his 9 children are girls. He died trying to get a boy. So why kill yourself over what it is even from you? You, the man, are the one determining the sex. So you don't put that over life. To an extent, you make your wife labor in excess pregnancy because you are looking for it. Let me leave that. Thank you very much for those that for tuning in. I have to leave now. Yes, someone was saying I discarded the opinion of a gentleman who called. When you call and you begin to give us misinformation, I will cut you off. Because there are laws that guard and that guide us in this. When I'm telling you what the position of the law is, and you are telling me that man is not God, and it is also this, it is also that, I will not give you an airtime, because what you are saying is both against responsibility and against the law. I will not give you airtime, and I have no apologies for that. People have called with various opinions, yes, but when you begin to insist on what is wrong legally, morally, I will cut you off. I won't promote you on the program. So for those who want to, I've told you from the beginning, I said after this program, some people will hate me and then some people will love me, but my conscience is what I follow. Today is the Purple Curtain, and it is at number 14 Ogulano Drive, Surulere. Number 14 Ogulano Drive, Surulere, from 12 to 3 p.m. And today especially packaged for survivors of child sexual abuse. This does not stop any other person from attending, but this is my focus because it is destroying marriages, it is destroying people's relationships, even with their own children. We've had someone who called on this program and another person who reached out to me. He was abused as a child and has a problem carrying his own child. He cannot carry his own child, he cannot bathe his own child, because he was sexually abused. I need to, this is beginning to be much, and if the government would disregard it, I would not disregard it. I want to also appreciate African Watch, because today they will be giving myself alongside other people the African Gold Merit Award for, they say, for providing, for me, they say providing leadership and the fight against gender-based violence, domestic violence and child abuse. I want to appreciate the management of African Watch. I really appreciate. I also want to appreciate the Humanity Promoters Initiative, who came to my office, led by their founder, to give me an award yesterday. So that's 2 days, 2 different awards. I really appreciate you. For those that might want to reach out to me, my phone number is 0909-3214-942. 0909-3214-942. 0909-3214-942. That is my phone number. You can follow me on Facebook at Barrister Olumide. You can also follow me on Facebook at Olumide Omoshebi. You can then, our YouTube page hosts all radio programs. You would find this uploaded. Today's session would also be uploaded on our YouTube page, the Gnosis Help Initiative. Gnosis is Gnosis, the Gnosis Help Initiative. Please, you can follow us on YouTube. Please watch.
Don't forget to the account number.
Yes, thank you very much. For those that also would like to support us, you know, we do all we can with your support. That is 2033-986788. First Bank. 2033-986788 for those that want to support us. And good news, Chidima will be discharged from the wellness space next week. She's now coping very well. Yes, and she's responding to the trauma. Was really much. She was raped. They tied the tie around her neck. Because she went to report to the pastor and the daughter, and at the end of the day, they turned it against her. They'll say she was the one seducing a 14-year-old girl. And which, she was severely starved, malnourished. In fact, she broke down psychotically and was tied hand and foot and went and deposited in a hospital by her own cousin. She's responding. The wife of Oganamdi ran away, and the matter has been charged to court. Now the perpetrator is now in Kirikiri awaiting trial. The wife, who was also a collaborator and an accomplice, ran away because she was released on bail to a lawyer. Now that lawyer, the coming week, will be called, and I will file against him because he's not supposed to take bail. Now your client has jumped bail. You will face it.
I'm seeing a message here that
Go
says,
ahead.
good morning and thank you. So, please, how can I advance this Protect Your Children from Sexual Abuse initiative? A message to the interiors of Ogun State. He calls the place
Please reach out to me privately.
really more
She will reach out
casual.
to me privately for that.
Okay,
We are
do
out
you
of time.
repeat the number for her to call?
0909-3214-942. Now, the case of this pastor who sexually harassed, molested, raped, and defiled people will be the last case I will take this year. That is for me, because we are totally exhausted at this time. And but if there's any matter we can help you by direction, but I will no longer be.
Okay, so I have this message here. It says, I want to report my uncle who got a 16-year-old pregnant. His firstborn, a girl, is 17. Teenager, has given birth to the child now, and I was disappointed when I heard the news.
Can you reach
because
out to me?
I told, because I
Can you-
owed my uncle to
Can you reach out to me directly? I've given my phone number. Just reach out to me. We will do that. We'll do that. Thank you very
I
much.
shouldn't have
Are we
done that.
taking? Are we
Is it
taking
clear
the
enough?
Maybe. Yeah.
It's clear enough?
No.
It's not clear?
No.
Okay. Again.
So can we take one call?
I don't think we have time.
Okay. So thank you very much, everyone. Thank you for your support. Thank you for tuning into Relationship 360. I'll see you at the Purple Curtain, 12 to 3 p.m. I will be there.
Okay. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we've come to the end of proceedings here today. What that means is that you'll be able to catch this episode later on YouTube today. It's going to be uploaded, and of course next week for another live episode. Do not go anywhere. The show must continue on 99.3